Introducing Quantic POS for restaurants. Here is my employee login screen. If I put in my 4-digit PIN, it'll log me in and take me to the service area screen. I can also use my 4-digit PIN to clock in or clock out if I need to. Once I'm logged in, you can see from my service area screen, I have a handful of different service options. And you can have as many or as little of these as you would like. For example, here you can see my floor plan. If I want to add a table from the point of sale, I can, and those are your various shapes and options. Also, if I need to move a table because I don't like where it's currently located, I can go ahead and move that. Let's go ahead and move 14 over to here. Otherwise, I can take it back. Now here you can also see that I do bar tabs. So we've got Bridget, Mike, and Nick are up. And if I want to start a new one, I tap my plus button here on the bottom right. And here you can see I can start a tab under a name. I can pull a customer from my database, or I can pre-auth the tab with a credit card. Additionally, I also have the ability to do takeout. Here you can see we've got Nicholas and Dana currently have open takeout orders, and you can see their phone numbers are represented as well. If I want to start a new takeout order, I hit my plus button and I put in the customer's phone number. You can see here, now that I've put in their phone number, because data's already in my database, their information pulls up, and now I can set a takeout order for now or for later. That also works the same for delivery. Now, of course, one of the major differences is if I'm going to do delivery, I'm also going to need to know their address. Fortunately for me, here you can see with this phone number, I already have Dana's address, so I know where to deliver the meal to. You can also see that I've received a delivery order online. There in the top left where it says 027 means that John Adams has submitted an online delivery order. Additionally, when it comes to delivery, we also have a delivery management function that in that scenario, you can assign various delivery orders to your delivery drivers. You can also see when I move over one, you can see here's my patio in the event that I need to have multiple different floor plans. So if I'm a restaurant that has 3 floors and 2 patios, then I can have as many service areas as I need. With that being said, let's go ahead and start an order from my floor plan. Let's say that 4 people are going to sit down at table 14. I'm going to say 4 guests. And here you can see I'm now at my order screen. My categories run in a column going down the middle, and my items populate on the right-hand side. So let's say this table decides they want to split an appetizer. Let's go ahead and do the veggie spring rolls. Here you can see now that I've tapped on the item, it's prompting for the position that this item is going to go to. This can help for auctioneering, and then later on you're going to see how it's going to make it easier to split the check. So like I said, we wanted to share these, so I'll go ahead and tap share. You can see I have some other options on the screen as well. So for instance, if I wanted to assign any of these items to a course, I can do that. I can also set up auto coursing in the event that I want to say salad goes with the salad course and entrees go with the entree course. Now, if I had made a mistake and realized this isn't something I wanted to ring in, I could easily swipe to the left on the item like this and tap the trash can button to make it go away. Additionally, if I need to add a note to an item or to an order, you can see when I swipe on the item, there's their pencil button. And here I can put in a custom note or one of my pre-created notes. Lastly, you can also see in the bottom left there another pencil button. When I tap that, same thing, I can add a note, but this would be for the entire order. All right, now that we have the appetizer that the table's going to share, now let's go ahead and do our own individual orders. Here, starting at salads, person number 1 is going to get a buffalo chicken salad. I'm going to select ranch dressing, and I'm going to add an egg, and then hit done. Now person number 2 is actually going to get a burger. Let's go ahead and do the bacon mushroom burger. All right, here you can see my burger comes with a side and fries are automatically selected. That's a pretty common side for a burger order. Well, let's say I wanted to get a side salad instead. I'm going to deselect my fries and select the side salad. Because I selected the side salad, it now prompts for a dressing. So same thing, let's go ahead and go with ranch. And return back to my other modifiers. Next, what's the meat temperature of my burger going to be? And do I want to add or remove any toppings? Well, today I do. I really like tomatoes on my burger, so I'm going to tap extra and tap tomatoes. Also, I know there's going to be onions on it, so I'm going to tap light and tap onions because I don't want too many of them. Also, even though there's mushrooms on this burger, let's say I don't like mushrooms, I'll go ahead and tap remove and tap mushrooms. And then lastly, I know they're going to put mayo on the burger, but I want to make sure that it's on the side in case they put in too much. Once I hit done, you can see here on the left-hand side, my burger and all of my preferences are now displayed and will get sent to the kitchen that way. Additionally, you can see because I added extra tomatoes, it charges 50 cents. Now let's say person number 3 is going to order a pizza. Go ahead and add in a pizza. All right, so I want to say we're going to do extra cheese on the whole pizza. And then because I'm going to end up taking this home and share it, I want onions on the first half and I want mushrooms on the second half. Now that I've done that, you can see that I've got the extra cheese in the whole pizza, onions on the first half, and mushrooms on the second half. Also, because I did half toppings, it's charging half. Lastly, let's say person number 4 is going to get an entree. Let's go ahead and go with the queen cut prime rib. All right, we're going to cook that medium and hit done. All right, now my order's all done with. Now it's time to send to the kitchen. Now, if you've ever been in a scenario where your appetizers came out at the same time as your entrees, sometimes that can be kind of frustrating. So we have a function down here called hold send. What this does is it'll delay sending the entrees to the kitchen so they have more time to make the apps. Let me show you how that works. First, I'm going to tap hold send, and I'm going to tap any items that I want to delay sending. Now that I've done that, I'm going to say, I'm going to put a delay on it for 10 minutes. And then I hit send. Now, these are going to automatically send to the kitchen, but the appetizers, I can go ahead and I can send right now. Now you can see the veggie spring rolls have gone from green to gray to indicate that it's been sent to the kitchen. Additionally, because it has been sent to the kitchen, I can no longer modify that item. For example, I couldn't change the modifiers or delete the item. If I needed to get rid of it, I would have to avoid it. All right, well, let's say it's time to take care of this transaction and process the order. Now everyone's decided that they're all going to be on their own checks. So let's go ahead and split this check. To do so, I tap my split check button. Now there at the bottom, you can see a very useful button called split by position. By tapping split by position, you can see that the checks are automatically split based on the positions that I assigned. Additionally, because we were sharing the veggie spring rolls, you can see that those have been split 4 ways. Now let's say instead of it being 4 different checks, let's say it's a double date. To do that, all I need to do is tap the check and tap the items that I want to move to combine it with another check. And then we'll do the same thing for the second 2. All right, now I've got 2 checks. If I wanted to process these checks, I would just come back out to my order screen and select the check that we want to close. And then lastly, let's say we want to bring them all back together. I can go back to my split check screen and then tap the merge button you see there down at the bottom. And now I'm back to just one single check. Now let's say it's time to process the order. Now one thing of note, you can see in the bottom left, there is a cash price and a card price. This account is currently set up with something called dual pricing. So that means my catalog price is my cash price. And I also have a catalog card price, which you can see is a little bit more. Now, when it comes time to pay the transaction, I can tap my pay button, and now I can go ahead and put in my tender, whether that's cash or card. And that is a general overview of how to use Quantic POS in a restaurant environment.